Today we will solve this problem, that is design a artificial neural network for AND gate. So here we have W1 weight 1 and weight 2 and threshold value is 1 and learning rate is 0.5. Actually, if learning rate is not there in a question, then you can consider 0.5 as a default value. So, and we know the how to write it gate and gate. Okay, the concept behind this question, that is we have two weight, that is W1 and W2. So we have used the formula and we have to check if we get similar output, whatever we are predict using our formula, and our predict and target is, if it is same, then we don't have to do anything. And if it is not matching, target and predicted is different, so that case we have to update the weight. That is the concept. So let's check how we can do these things. So at first let's check for 0 0 this two value, for these two values. Okay, so I'm writing here for suppose x1 equal to 0 and x2 equal to also 0, and we know here w1 is, let's write w1 here, because every time we have to write these things. W1, this W2, and our threshold value is TH is 1. Okay, so this is W1 W2 for these two value. So the formula is very simple, that is Wi xi equal to, that is W1 into x1 bracket plus W2 into x2. Okay, so here W1 you know, that is 1.2 into x1. X1 is 0 for this point, and W2 is 0.6 into 0. So you know this one also 0, this one also 0, so our value will be 0. So here it is our target, it is our predicted value. Okay, I just write here P as a predicted. So this case our predicted value equal to 0. What is our target value? Our target was also 0, because this is our target, it is 0, so equal to target. So we don't have to do anything, we have to check for next value. So we already get our target and predicted similar, so it will check for these two. Now for x1 equal to 0, taking this line x1 on 0 and x2 1, and x2 equal to 1. Now our target is t is 0, so we have to find our predicted value. So formula is similar, predicted, I can write here except these things, we can write here p. Okay, writing here p equal to w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2. So here w1 will be similar until we update the weight. Okay, so w1 is 1.2 into x1. Now x1 is 0 plus w2. Okay, we have to write here w2 value is 0.6 into x2 is 1. So it is 1.2 into 0 means 0, and it will be 0.6. So here our value is 0.6. Now our threshold value is, look, our threshold value is 1. That means if our predicted value is less than our threshold value, okay, so we can write here the predicted is 0.6, that is less than 1. Okay, so output will be will be 0. So if it is less than 1, that's why our output will be 0. Okay, because the 0 is 1 is our threshold. We'll compare every time with this threshold. Okay, so that's why output will be 0. Output will be 0. We got a 0 here, so target also 0, so no problem with these things. Our next point is this one, 1 and 0. Okay, let's check for 1 and 0. So here our for x1 is 1 and x2 is 0, and now we know our w2 and w1 w2. This time our target is also 0. So we can write here predicted equal to x1 into w1. So w1 1.2, like w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2. w1 is 1.2, x1 is 1, here x1 is 1, plus w2 is 0.6, x2 is 0. So this time this value will be 0 and this value will be 1.2. So it is obviously greater than 1. So now it is greater than 1, that's why our predicted value will be 1. Okay, it is, you can write here, it is greater than threshold value. So this time our predicted is 1, is not equal to our target. So this is not equal to our target, that's why we have to update the weight. We have to update the weight value. It is 1.2 and 0.6. We have to update this value, this w2, sorry. To find the update weight value, we have go through one formula, that is w new equal to w old plus learning rate bracketed target minus predicted into xi. Okay, so this is the formula for finding our update weight value. So we have two weight, w1 and w2, so we have to update both. So for w1 new, w1 old. So w1 old was, so here our w1 was 1.2 and w2 was 0.6. So 1.2 plus our learning rate is 0.5 into target and predicted and xi. This place lot of students are get confused. So this nothing's about confusing. Wherever you stop now, from that time you have to consider. We stop there because here our x1 was 1, x2 was 0 and target was 0. So we stop here. That's why we have to take all of those value from there. Okay, so there our targeted was 0, but predicted was 1. 0, okay, predicted was 1 and xi. Look, we are searching value for w1, so xi will be x1, because this is w1, and when we calculated w2, that time xi will be w2. So x1 is 1, xi means x1 is 1, here 1. Okay, so new value will be 1.2, that is minus 0.5 equal to, it will be 0.7. Okay, now we will find w2. W2 new will be w2 old, it was 0.6. w2 old 0.6. We know learning rate is 0.5. Our from there target was 0 but predicted 1. 0 minus predicted 1, and xi there will be x2 because we searching value for w2. So x2 is, we know x2 is 0, so that is 0. So this value will be totally 0 and here will be 0.6. So we got our new w1. So w1 will be 0.7 and w2 will be 0.6. Now we have to again calculate from 0 and 0 for 0 and 1, for 0 1 and 0 for 1 and 1. Okay, at the similar way. So let's find out these things. So for x1 equal to 0 and x2 equal to 0, and now our target is 0. We know w1 and w2. So let's find the predicted is equal to w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2. Here we know w1 is 0.7, x1 is 0, plus w2 is 0.6, 0.6 into x2 is 0. Value will be 0 equal to target value. So we have to find for another point, that is for, let's check for second point. That is second point was that is our second point, this one, 0 and 1. For x1 is 0, x2 is 1, target is 0. So our predicted value will be w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2. So w1 is 0.7, x1 is 0, plus w2 will be, w2 is this one, 0.6, 0.6 into x2 is 1, so value will be 0.6. So it is greater than, sorry, less than 1, so it is less than threshold, so value will be 0. X1 is 1, x2 also, x2 is 0, and targeted is 0. So predicted value will be x1 into w1. We know w1 is 0.7 into 1 plus 0.6 into 1, so this into 2, x2 into w2. So this is x2 and w2 is 0.6, value will be 0.7. It's also less than 1, value will be 0. P equal to t, this time p equal to t. So we don't have to do anything, we have to check for next point. Now only one point remaining, that is our for x1 is 1 and x2 is 1. Okay, and our targeted value is 1. So we know predicted value equal to w1 into x1 plus w2 into x2. So w1 was, new w1 was 0.7 into x1 was 1 plus w2 is 0.6 into x2 was 1, x2 is 1, next one. So our value 0.7 plus 0.6, so it is 1.3. It's greater than 1, so our value will be 1. Okay, so there is a predicted value also equal to our targeted value, so everything is fine. So we got our final result, that is our final weight. Okay, so the final weight w1 equal to 0.7 and w2 equal to 0.6, and threshold is threshold is 1, and learning rate was 0.5. Its answer. So it was a long question, but formula is easy. Every time you have to use this value and check the target. If it is not matched, we have to find out the update weight value. So you have to remember one formula, that is this one: w old equal to learning rate, w old plus learning rate bracket targeted minus predicted and into xi. So xi is important things, so don't forget about xi. Thank you so much.